All right, perfect. So welcome in to the new moon gathering and eclipse for April 2023. Like I said, coming to you from Central Texas, a little bit of a different background today. Um, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. And hopefully you got pen and paper. If not, you will get an email today that will have the link to the landing page where you will have access to all of this. So I'll give you the video, and I took screenshots of different parts of the presentation so you can kind of quickly see things at a glance. I try to make this as easy as humanly possible for everyone involved. So you'll get that email today. So if you don't see it by the time you go to bed tonight, please check your spam folder. Just make sure it's not in there. And if it is, mark it as not spam so that your email provider will start to acknowledge our emails as not spam. If you've got a question, go ahead and put it in the Zoom chat box, but I won't be monitoring the chat box while I go through the presentation. It's too distracting for me. So we'll just kind of move through this. So let me go ahead and get the PowerPoint up. And let me know if you can see this. Just somebody drop a yes in the chat for me real quick. Yes, perfect, thank you. Okay, perfect. All right, let me go back in here. Slideshow from the beginning. Okay, here we go, folks. Welcome to April. I cannot believe it's April. I don't know about you, but this year is just absolutely flying by. Okay, so here is what we plan to do together today. I'm going to give you the forecast of what the new moon is going to bring along with the eclipse. I'll give you a few journaling prompts and affirmations that you can work with, particularly over the course of the next few weeks would be my recommendation. But you can always use the journaling prompts and affirmations whenever you'd like, but the energy will really be profound over these next couple of weeks. And then I'll take you through the guided energy clearing and activation. I channeled it through the other day, and we're going to be working with the energy of diamonds, and specifically diamond energy because of all of the Aries energy. Diamonds are associated with the sign of Aries, and so we're going to be activating that, so it'll be great. Like I said, my goal is to get all of us out of here within the hour, okay? All right, so welcome to the Wild and Awake Summit attendees. I know you're new to the community, the Spark Plug and Lightning Line members, and also all of the Spirit and Spark community at large. We are all over the world now. It's really beautiful to come together. Those of you that don't know me, I am Delisa Hawking. I'm a 5th generation psychic medium. I see, I hear, I feel, I just become this antenna and bring information in. I help people primarily these days, actually doing a lot more of transformational coaching, business consulting, but I do still do some readings. And I love helping people figure out what they want to do with their life, why they want to do that, how it's going to work, how it's going to come together. So I'm more of a transformative guide, is how I would classify my work. And once a month, I come and bring you new moon information. Spirit and Spark members, speaking of which, the Real Talk questions for this month are due by April 19th. If you don't know what Real Talk videos are, it's exclusive to Spark Plug members, and you can submit whatever questions about what's going on in the world that you want to know. And I create a whole separate video where I answer all of those questions. So members, just make sure you submit your questions in the portal by April 19th. A lot of people are sending in questions about the leak that just happened, the government documents, the president, former president. So I typically get a lot of political questions, but also just kind of things that are perhaps going on with war, potential war, money, stock market, things like that. But y'all know I'm not a financial advisor. I just look at it psychically. So if you're interested in joining that community, it's over at spiritandspark.com. Just click on the Spark plug and join us. My waiting list for one-on-one sessions are on a waiting list status. So you can add yourself to my waiting list if you think you're going to want a session, or you want a session. Go to spiritandspark.com, click on the sessions tab, and you can add yourself to my waiting list. And on that same page, Jacqueline and Arlene's information's on there too. Jacqueline can typically get you in same day, next day. And Arlene has in-person sessions available in Henderson, Las Vegas area, and she also does virtual sessions. So just know that there's a couple of options, because I know a lot of you have asked recently for sessions with me, and my waiting list is growing, so I would recommend getting on that if you are interested. Otherwise, Jacqueline and Arlene are great, so keep that in mind as other options as well. So a quick note about what we're going to do at the very end of this presentation. I will be selecting 3 people at random since you all joined today. And I will ask you in the comments, so make sure you know where your Zoom comment chat box is. If you're on your phone, usually just like tap your screen and the chat icon will show up along the bottom. If you're on your computer, usually it's along the bottom, but it'll say chat. Because if I call your name, I want you to write in the chat box what your one question, very brief question about your life is, because it's going to be a quick mini psychic reading. So examples could be like, should I sell my house? Is it a good idea to sell my house? Should I quit my job? Am I going to get promoted this year? Is the relationship with so-and-so going to work out? What are my psychic gifts? Know that it's public. Okay, so don't ask anything that you wouldn't want somebody to find out about. So, just think, I'm giving you a heads up. In case you're one of the 3 people that's called, and it'll be through a random number generator. If you're one of the 3 people, I just want you to think like, what's the one very brief question about your life that you would want me to answer? So there's your heads up. So why do we do these new moon circles? And this has been shared over the last few months each time we've been doing this. But it's to bring awake and aware people together to share in channeled messages, astrology, and energy activations. Remembering that when we connect at the same time consciously, we grow the light exponentially and align ourselves with profound healing. So thank you to everybody who is a Spark Plug member, a Lightning Light member, everybody that made a love donation. And here's the thing, let me just say this real quick. I've had some people write in and say, all I can give is $1. I'm like, that's great. Thank you. Because it's an energy exchange. So that's why I say, like, literally you can have this entire thing, but just make it an energy exchange. I've learned that in the last few years, a lot of victim triangle energy has been very present in the collective. And so it's incredibly important that if you are in a professional sense, like a business owner or a service provider, not giving away things for free, because in my opinion, based on what I've experienced and seen with myself and with clients, if you give something away for free and there's no energy exchange, then it tends to perpetuate this cycle of rescuer and victim. So that's why I do ask for the love donation, but it is free for Lightning Line and Spark Plug members. Okay, here we go. So why do we talk about the new moon? So it occurs every 29.5 days. I love the new moon because to me, this is like the, yes, let's get this going. Let's start. Let's burst something new. Let's hit the reset button. You know, those big like red buttons, like let's hit the button. Let's get back on track. It's a great time, in my opinion, for starting new things. So that's why I like to focus on new moons, because a lot of people will focus on full moons. Great, right? But I like new moons. I want you to feel like you have tools and resources to embrace your life with like arms wide open. So that's why we do new moon. What's a solar eclipse? Because this is all happening in a few days. So in case some of you were like, wait, it's a new moon? Yeah, the new moon solar eclipse, okay? It's when the moon passes between the sun and the earth. So sun, earth, moon. sun, moon, earth, okay? And blocking the sun's light partially or entirely, and this happens on April 20th. So a new moon will eclipse the sun, but it will stumble slightly too far away from Earth on its elliptical orb to fully cover all of the sun. The moon will, for a short time, fail to cause a total solar eclipse. For a few seconds, a ring of fire will be visible from the Indian Ocean. That's from space.com. So ring of fire literally looks like the fire ring up in the sky. So this is happening 19/20th, depending on where you live, because it's based on obviously where you live in your time zone, but April 19/20. You'll see the chart in a second. So what are eclipses? What can they bring you? What are they known for? Okay. The energy, in my opinion, of an eclipse is incredibly intense. They have a reputation for eclipsing things out of your life. So don't be surprised if there are things happening in your life right now or the lives of other people around you where you're saying to yourself, wow, I can't believe that just ended. I can't believe they broke up. I can't believe they're getting a divorce. Wow, I can't believe they're selling their house. Okay. So this time of year with the eclipse season, it is likely going to mean a lot of doors closing and other doors opening. So keep in mind it's happening to everyone. Why I say that, there will be people that will have probably very strong emotional outbursts, be angry, feeling confused. Why is this happening to me? A lot of the victim energy, okay? In my opinion, I feel like whatever the eclipse takes out, it was because you needed to learn something, or it was in your best interest, or there's something better coming in, or all of the above, okay? I don't see eclipses as like punishment, but I do think that if there are things in your life that are on the verge of, ooh, is this gonna last? Is this gonna stay? Well, I don't know. My psychic guess estimate is that over the course of the next month, a lot of those things that are teetering could end. Okay. So do you have faith that if something leaves your life, that it's in your highest and best interest? Or do you naturally fall into the victim mindset of like, why is this happening to me? Why is the universe, is this a punishment? All of that stuff. So watch the narrative. What you're telling yourself goes into your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is the magnet that brings more of it. So if your story is, and things you say to yourself when you wake up in the morning, you get started with your day and you're like, God, this sucks. I hate my job. I hate my house, whatever the story is, right? Your subconscious brain goes, oh, you are believing and wanting more of the suck, so we're going to bring you more of the suck. So just recognize that your thoughts, in simple terms, is a magnet for what you're bringing more of into your life. Okay, so remember, when something exits, it does create space for newness, birth, and renewal. So this time period is going to be the out and the in. Okay. I can hear some of you like, it's all right. Here's the April new moon chart. So last month, if you joined me, we also had the March new moon in Aries, but it was at 0 degrees. So between now and then, because now we're April 19th, 20th, it's at 29 degrees. So we started March with 0 degrees of Aries, and April is 29 degrees, the last degree of Aries. So to me, this is a big culmination, activation of Aries energy. So 0 is like starting point. Let's embrace all the Aries energy. Let's be the Aries energy, right? 29 degrees is like, did you do it? Okay, because this energy is the ending of Aries energy. So the mastering keywords of Aries, to revisit this, we went over this in March. It's typically associated with themes of being a pioneer and a leader, having this sense of like being brave and being a warrior and like, I'm gonna do this, right? You think of like Braveheart, that scene where he's like riding in, right? Taking initiative and calling the shots. That's what an Aries is like, because every sign has high form, low form. So that's the high form, like I'm mastering my Aries energy, and these are the things, the types of things I'm going to be doing and taking on. Aries low form, so you might be experiencing this yourself or with other people you have around you in your life. This energy has a tendency to compete. And I mean compete like I'm going to win. Perhaps at all costs, I will win. They can fight a lot. This energy can bring up a stirring of aggressiveness and fighting. Dislike for compromise. Like, oh no, this is my way or the highway, okay? Can act without thinking, like that impulsive energy can be childlike with how they respond. Like if you want to try to have an emotional, mature conversation with somebody, if they're in that low form of the energy, they might act like a child. Okay. Yeah, aggressive and fighting. So you see how there's the high form, low form, and they kind of embody some of the same ingredients, but they're activated differently. So just bringing awareness to you on how this may show up in your own life. So is it going to be the pioneering brave energy, or is it going to be fighting aggression like, na, 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 na. Welcome. Yeah, expect all of these themes to be exaggerated. So again, this happens on the 20th. We're already in the energy of it. And for me, it's most potent about 2 weeks after, like on and after the 20th. But that's the chart over there on the left. So you can see we've got Jupiter, Moon, Sun right there in Aries, and then you've got other planets there in Taurus. So we've got it all kind of in that section of the sky. There aren't any houses on this chart because the house placement of signs depends on where you're at geographically. So that's why you don't see the sign or the house numbers on here. You can see April 20th. This is Eastern time, 12:13 in the morning. That's why it's the 19th or 20th. Okay. So what's the vibe? I think I've gone over this, but let's just talk through it. Urges action. Watch for impulses that are unhealthy. There's also this energy going on right now around, speaking of unhealthy, more and more like drug overdoses and people not taking on the healthiest of behaviors in their life. So if you've got somebody that you know that battles different kinds of addictions or unhealthy behaviors, it's going to spike. So just kind of keep an eye on that. Also, one of the other energies is trusting your intuition, knowing that if something seems a bit off or that you're not getting the whole truth, trust that intuition, because you're likely not getting the whole truth if you feel that within your heart. Other aspects of this, desire to tackle people and situations that undermine us. So like I said, if we feel like there's an injustice or somebody's doing something against us, we may feel like going off on them. So you are a human, you're a grown person, you get to decide how you want to handle yourself. But if you go off on someone, and we know that there's this childlike aggression that could be in this low form of the energy, they might come back at you. So just watch how you're handling your situations. And it could even be saying to somebody that you're in an argument with, say, you know, let's just take a pause, let's breathe, and let's regroup when we're in a better frame of mind. Like being that emotional, you know, emotionally mature person that says, let's hit the pause button on this, okay? You'll probably feel like doing things for you rather than everyone else, which is that it's all about me. mentality, rather than feeling like you have to go rescue everyone else. Here's the thing, as I have written on the screen here, don't take it personally when other people make it about themselves too. Because we could be like, oh yeah, it's all about me, I'm gonna go do me, right? And then they're all like, yeah, I'm gonna go do me too. So just keep this presentation in mind, because I feel like in some of your relationships, some of these themes are coming up already. Okay, courage to do something new and bold. Okay, maybe even thinking about starting a company, moving to a new city, like taking on a new job, feeling open and vulnerable to start a new relationship, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, our favorite. So remember that if you are going to be signing any kind of documents over the coming weeks, cross your T's, dot your I's, slow down, read everything. Mercury just kind of scrambles communications. And if you're traveling over the coming weeks, have extra time to get where you need to go. Yeah. Mercury retrogrades, I tell you, I feel every single one of them. I'm a Gemini rising though, so I tend to, some Mercury retrogrades are hellish and some are amazing. So to me, it depends on what sign the Mercury retrograde falls into and how it impacts your own personal astrology chart. But just kind of a general heads up for everybody on that. Being a pioneer, banishing excuses on why you can't do something and doing it. Saying, you know what, I'm smart enough, I'm capable enough, I can figure this out, I'm gonna go do it. So with this 29 degrees Aries, the initiator, the bravery, the courage, like take that high form. And if you get knocked down by life, pull yourself back up and get back to it. You can find a solution to any problem. The new moon in May is going to be in the sign of Taurus, which will bring a very different flavor. So I will be sending out an email announcement for that mid-May. And so watch for that. But just to kind of give you a heads up, we will be, since we're at the last degree of Aries, we will be moving into Taurus in May. And we'll give you all the juicy details on that because we will be in eclipse season for a while. So when I sat down and asked Spirit, what should we journal about or reflect on for this new moon eclipse? The three questions I heard were, do I believe that everything is working out in my favor? Why or why not? Do I believe everything is working out in my favor? Why or why not? This question's great because I think it helps to identify where your head's at, where your thoughts are at, what you believe. Question two, when I ponder all areas of my life, what needs to end? Why am I choosing those area or areas to close the door on? So when you think about your life and you're like, God, I really don't like this part of what's going on, identify that. And why are you choosing that as the thing that needs to end? And question number three, being brave and bold. What is one new project or goal I am going to complete in the next 30 days? I'll give you 30 days. I was going to give you 14. We'll give you 30. Being brave and bold is the key words. What's new? One new project you're going to complete. Okay. These will be on that landing page. So in case you aren't able to write them all down at the moment, that way you can see them and work with them over the coming weeks. All right, so the affirmations. My thing about affirmations, you have to say them and believe them. So if you're just like rattling them off while you're thinking about something else, they aren't going to work. Don't waste your breath. But if you're like, you know what, I'm going to try this and I'm going to say the affirmations until I believe them, awesome. Then do them, because affirmations work. But only if you're, here's the other thing. I look in a mirror and say them to yourself until you like really feel them. If you want to like get this kicked into high gear, look at yourself and say them until you fully believe them in your heart. You might cry. You might giggle a little bit at first because you're looking at yourself in the mirror, but these are the three that came forward for this particular energy configuration. I trust that everything unfolding in my life is happening for me versus to me, right? It's that victim story. I trust that everything in my life is happening for me. It's happening for me. Number two, I am capable of solving any problem. I love that one. Because I used to get in this mindset of trying to figure out all the problems ahead of time, and the problems never happened, right? And I would stress myself out about the unknown. And instead I was like, you know what? If it's meant to leave my life, it's going to leave my life. If it's meant to stay, it'll stay. But if it goes and it causes a ripple of issues, I'm going to figure it out. I trust myself. I have faith in myself that I can solve any problem. The third one, universe, please present me with incredible solutions today. I like this one because it says, universe, bring the right people into my life. Send me the right email with the information that I need to get this problem fixed. Please, like, present me with all of the answers to all of these issues I'm having right now in whatever form or fashion they need to come into, but I trust that you're bringing me the guidance and the wisdom I need. You don't have to figure everything out, but you got to allow the universe an opportunity to step in and actually help you. So if you want, you can share in the Zoom comments everything you've heard so far. How does it feel? How do you relate to it? Are you going through change? Are things ending? Are you standing in front of opportunities for new beginnings? Is your life asking you to have faith and bravery and courage? So if you feel comfortable sharing, drop it in the Zoom chat and we'll take a look at those in a minute. This came in, I was watching the Leo King. I don't know if anyone on here watches Leo King videos on YouTube. He's very polarizing. And he uses a lot of foul language, but I do appreciate a little profanity here and there. But what I was going to say is I appreciate just he comes up into his videos very raw and authentic to who he is. So I appreciate that about him. But this came up in one of his recent videos, the spiritual recertification process. So here's what I wrote about reflecting on the video that he shared. Do you feel like you're going through a relearning process? Perhaps you felt like you've done a lot of inner healing work, but another layer is coming up. Could this be an opportunity for you to do another leveling up with your own spiritual growth? What's motivating you? This is 29 degrees Aries. What's motivating you? People don't see a change in their happiness once they reach an income that gives them what they need to feel comfortable. Money itself will not keep you happy. So what actually brings you happiness? What brings you joy? The Leo King was talking about this recertification process where it feels like we're having to revisit, and he's an astrologer and a card reader, having to revisit things that we've already been through in our life. Maybe it's not the same exact situation, but we've been through these people, places, things that have caused turmoil, strong emotional reactions, and in some way those same feelings are coming back up, maybe with different people and situations in your life now, but it's almost like, God, didn't I already do this work? Didn't I already heal this? Why am I having to go through this again? So I bring this to your attention because if you feel like, oh my God, I relate to this, remember that everyone else is going through this in some form or fashion as well. There's a lot of people that are ending things and feeling like kind of having to rebirth their whole life. And then this other part about money, they had a conversation during that video that I'm speaking about, and how once you reach a certain level of income, it doesn't actually create any additional happiness because you have your essential needs met, right? Like food and the hierarchy of needs, food, water, or food. Yeah, I guess water is included in food, but shelter, right? Things like that. So that once you reach a certain income level and then you start like trying to earn more and more money, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't create any additional real lasting happiness. So if you think about that, and with this like gusto of Aries at 29 degrees and this eclipse, like, what do you actually want? If it's, and don't say money, like think about it a little in a more of a deeper sense. What do you actually want in your life? And that could be another journaling prompt you add to your list, right? Money itself will not keep you happy. So what brings you joy? Another thing that I'm just thinking of as I say that is when you're blessed with, maybe it's a new client at work, maybe you found a new home, maybe you had this amazing lunch with one of your friends. Can you just take a second to say thank you? Because here's what happens. The universe gives you more of that, and it gets into the subconscious mind that you want more of that. Okay? So are you committing to a mindset of faith? It's faith or fear, folks. You can't be in both. Faith or fear. One vibration or the other. You can't be in both at the same time. You can't be in fear and hope for the best. You know, it's like, okay, I'm going to step all in and I'm going to trust this is all unfolding in my favor. So I'm going to walk you through the energy clearing at this point. And then we'll just kind of regroup and I'll do the 3 mini psychic readings. So here's what I'm going to invite you to do. It's best if you're seated, great. I would have your feet on the floor and just sitting up really nice and tall. And if you're lying down, please don't fall asleep. It actually doesn't have the same effect if you fall asleep. And if you're lying down, I just want you to set the intention that your hips or your tailbone are connected down to the earth. So either feet or like hips and tailbone, okay? So I'm going to invite you to, now we've learned all about the Aries new moon eclipse energy, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable. So just take a couple moments here to do that. Just breathe. Feel the breath go in and out of your body with your eyes gently closed. Just notice how your body feels. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Wiggle your arms, your legs. And if at any point during this, if you feel lost or confused or distracted, just bring yourself back to my voice. Bring yourself back to your breath. Let's do 3 deep cleansing breaths together, in through the nose and out of the mouth. Go ahead and start. Letting it all go. Beautiful. Go within your heart and begin to give permission for this healing and activation to occur on your behalf today. Giving that permission, ground your energy into the earth. Your feet on the floor or your hips and tailbone connected to the energy of the earth below. feel the earth cradle you. And breathe. The universe doesn't make mistakes. You're exactly where you need to be in this moment. So allow yourself to embrace it fully. We're going to go up to your crown chakra at the top of your head, the energy portal that connects you to all that is the universe with grace and ease. So allow this beautiful light to come in through the top of your head, allowing you to be connected to all that is high frequency, and your feet or your body connected to the earth below. With this profound 29 degrees Aries and eclipse energy, we'll be activating diamond energy throughout your heart and your spirit. So before I bring in this diamond energy, I'm opening a portal of white light above your head. It might look like a circle or a cylinder shape above your head. And as you exhale, now and during this activation, allow anything that is no longer in your highest and best interest to go up to that white light, breathing it all out of your body, your spirit, your thoughts, your cells, and let it go and be captured by that white portal of light above your head. So to begin that, let's do another 3 deep breaths as you allow anger, frustration, confusion, shame, guilt, or any other low frequency feelings you have to go up into that light. So let's ask all dense, heavy, low frequency energies from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, to be released up into that white light above your head. Let's do 3 deep cleansing breaths together as you allow it to easily release and go up to that white light. So let's do those 3 breaths, letting it all go. Take an even bigger breath, pulling it all out with ease and releasing it on the exhale. Dropping your shoulders, letting it all go. So keeping that white light above your head, I am now calling in and activated 6 diamonds in your energy field. 1 is in front of you, behind you, each side, 1 above and below. You are surrounded with profound, high-frequency diamond energy. So feel, sense, see, or just simply be and experience the energy coming in around and above and below you. These diamonds may appear to glow brighter with each breath that you take, and they may even grow in size around you. I'm amping up the diamond energy even more. You could even feel a tingling sensation through your body, or a deep knowingness that you are guided and protected and loved. Keep breathing. The diamond energy is continuing to get brighter, and as it does, it is clearing your mind, your body, and your spirit. Feel this high frequency diamond energy all around your body. It's also helping you to release even more energy that's not in your best interest to go up to that portal above your head, as these diamonds clear away any energetic debris from this lifetime, from all lifetimes, from all dimensions, all space, all time. Letting it go with ease. These diamonds are activating self-confidence, along with protection, bravery, inner strength, and peace. So breathe it in. Feel yourself breathing in this diamond energy all around you into your body, allowing it to go into every cell. And while we have these diamonds here, I'm also asking Archangel Michael to step in and to clear your chakras and your auric field, the energy field of protection around your physical body, spinning your chakras in the same direction, same speed, same frequency through all dimensions, all space, all time. While this energy clearing is taking place and the activation of bravery, strength, peace, and protection are going through you, through every cell, every breath. Bring your hands up to your heart. And within your heart, I want you to go within and express gratitude for 2 to 3 things that you are incredibly grateful for today. And as you do that, your heart is going to expand and the energy is going to grow larger. So I'll give you a few moments here to express your gratitude. And then go ahead and take a moment to give thanks to Archangel Michael, the diamond energy, the universal energy, the sweeping away of the energetic debris. And for a moment, with your eyes still closed, I want you to notice how your energy feels. I'm going to close that portal of white light above your head and send the diamond energy back out into the universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. I'm going to grow your energy really, really big, really wide. I'm checking that the auric field has been repaired fully. Universe, please give me a signal. Beautiful. And the chakras are spinning the same direction, same speed, same frequency. Beautiful. Take one more big deep breath. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. And when you feel ready, you can bring yourself back into your room by opening your eyes, coming all the way back. And just breathe normally. Beautiful. So I will have that audio recording separate. That way on your landing page, if you want to just listen to the audio, you can do that. So I'll have a link there. That way you can just do this anytime you need to. If you want to drop in the comments how you feel as you come back, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do the 3 reading winners with the number generator. Again, this is one simple question about your life. And you're going to drop it in the Zoom chat. You do have to be present to win. Okay, so we're going to do that here in a second. Just a reminder, you will get an email with all of the things on the landing page today. And again, if you want to get on my waiting list for a session, join the Spark Plug, or request sessions with Jacqueline or Arlene, that is all over at spiritandspark.com. Okay. Beautiful. So let's look at the comments real quick, and then I'll do the readings, the 3 readings. Yeah, life has changed, feeling optimistic. Faith. People, sounds like in the comments, people are ready and willing for change and transformation. New pathways, isn't that the truth? Beautiful. Faith rules, yes, yes. Renewal, calm, grateful, peaceful. I love it. Feeling relaxed, refreshed, excited, energized. Yeah, you're ready to take on the weekend now. You're ready to take on the weekend. Okay, so let me go into my random number generator. So give me a moment here. Okay. Let's see, the first person is Jewel here. Jewel. Looks like you're in the comment or the participant list. So Jewel, beautiful, look, she's all ready. Oh, okay, so Jewel wants to know, when will I physically connect with my soulmate life partner in this lifetime? So you'll see, if you've never done a session with me, now you're going to see how I work. Okay, so let me call in the energy. Okay, so universe, please bring in the energy of Jewel. Perfect. And then I need to look at any energy surrounding finding love, soulmate energy. Let's do this first. Universe, can you show me, is Jewel ready? Perfect. Show me the heart of the energetic heart and emotional heart of Jewel. Okay, yep. And what does Jewel need to do next? Okay, so let me share this stuff first, and then I'll take a look at timeline. So what they're showing me is, looks like you are ready. Your energy was like, yeah, you're ready. Which is great, right? That's usually not the case when I pull up somebody's energy, which is why I kind of have to look there first and see what's going on the emotions, and like, are you really open and ready? And I got yeses on all those. So then I asked, like, well, how does this work? And they said, we need you to really like get out more. Like, even myself, I'll use myself as an example. I was on meetup.com looking at different groups and different activities. That would be an example of what they were showing me. Like, how can you put yourself in the pathway of new people? So to me, it feels more like in person and meeting through activities than it does like through something like online dating or things like that. Okay. I keep saying this in my ear. Go in without any kind of expectation. You can set an intention, like, universe, when I go to this wine tasting event, please, like, just universe, align me with somebody amazing. And then release how, expectations, all of it. Like, literally go in so happy that you're just meeting new people, regardless of what roles they play in your life. Because if you go in really happy and excited to meet people and you're very open, the universe will attract all of those kinds of people to you. And then it will end up, how you attract in this person. It'll be a magnetic match. Because if you go in, it's very different. That's how they would like you to approach it. If you go in feeling like, who's here? I got to scope out the room. I'm going to walk around and see like who could be a good fit. you will block the energy. So instead, I want you just to be thrilled you're there and be open to whomever you meet, and ask the universe before, like if you're in a car, or you're in the subway or whatever, before you go into the event, universe, connect me with somebody amazing today. Okay. Timeline. So universe, taking all that into consideration, can you show me a possible time frame for this? They're like, tell Jewel, show up, get going, get the activities on the calendar, show up. Even if she's got to go by herself, show up. 6 months is what they just said. So that takes us to fall. So I would say fall. This year, oh yeah, that's quick. You're asking about soulmate energy. I'm just listening to what they say. So I'd say this fall, but here's the deal. If you don't take into consideration what they just said, it could take longer. It's kind of like the single lady being like, oh, you know, I'm ready to meet my man or woman or whomever they're looking for. And then saying like, oh, but I never leave the house actually. So you can speed this up or slow this down. It kind of depends, but you've got to really release the expectation or the trying to understand the how. Leave the how to the universe. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, I trust that's helpful, Jewel. Thanks for being a part of our gathering today. Let me move on to the next person. All right, who's got that number? Keith. Keith, I saw your name in here. Look at these people. I love that you have it already typed out. Unless you're just like this amazing fast typer. Okay. When will our business building release to let, oh, when will it be released to let you out of your lease? Okay, let's look. Okay. Oh, they're showing me like fast, like lightning fast. Okay, so let's take a bigger dive into this. Show me the building that they're at right now. If you haven't done so lately, I would go through it with Sage or Palo Santo. I like energetically clear the space. You and whomever is connected in the space, like whoever is like owners or managers of the space, stand in the space, physically stand in the space, and ask Archangel Michael to clear any cords, any energy. It's like you're fully releasing it, like giving it to Archangel Michael and saying, we allow this to be released. Thank you so much. Express gratitude for the experience you had there, what you learned there, and ask him to help you really fully release it through the energy of gratitude. Okay, because Archangel Michael can come in. This goes for anybody, like your homes or offices or whatever. You can ask Archangel Michael to help you cut the cords and release that space so that you can release it and literally release it again to somebody else. So he can help to clear it. But what I've learned is where a lot of people get stuck is you have to release it too. So if you're feeling angry, resentment, confusion, guilt, shame, whatever, you have to heal that too, so that you're not still energetically connected to this space that let you down or whatever the story is. So if you go in and stand in there and do this, and you do your Palo Santo or your Sage, and you're talking to Archangel Michael, and you really sit there and cry if you got to cry, and really give gratitude for the experience, and ask the lessons to be marked, done, and complete, and for it to be released to someone new and amazing, and that you're open to it happening quickly, right? But that's what I feel needs to happen in order for it to happen. But I feel like the energy is right there. So I think I literally feel like it's any day now that you'll have somebody that wants to lease that office or the building. Let me see if there's anything else they want to show. So we're April 15th. Show me. They keep showing me the number 3. So I would not be surprised if you had somebody that's interested within 3 weeks. Like it feels quick. Because they keep showing me like it's already in motion. Yeah. But I think you're going to have it all kind of taken care of and squared away. And this eclipse is perfect because you're letting it go. You're letting it go. You're giving it back to the universe. Like, let somebody else have this. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, beautiful. I trust that helped, Keith. So thanks for being a part of it today. I got one more, so let's see. Let's see who we got. Josephine. Oh, did Josephine show up today? Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll give you 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna be so sad. Okay, let me pick one more. My lucky number is Kim. Kim S. Kim S. I see you. Look at this. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to answer this and then we will close it out. So if you want to stay and listen to what I read for Kim, you certainly can. Just a reminder, go over to spiritandspark.com to check out the Spark Plug. Join us there. Get on my waiting list and book sessions with Arlene and Jacqueline. So Kim, let's do this. I know I will meet a new love someday. Do you know when? Okay, let's look. Whew. Pull all the other energy out and away. And just a reminder, I'll be in Las Vegas teaching Sunday, June 11th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So put it on your calendar if you're in and around the Las Vegas area. It will be practicing mediumship and remote viewing. Okay, perfect. Felt like I needed to say that again. Okay, perfect. Kim, pull Kim's energy directly in front of me, please. And show me what's going on with Kim around love, relationships, commitment, vulnerability. Okay, go into the emotional heart for me, please. Okay, yep. So what I'm hearing, Kim, is doing journaling and affirmations around it's safe to be me, it's safe to be vulnerable. And I'll get to timeline in a second, but I feel like the first step I would say to you, if we were having like this long drawn out conversation about in-depth conversation about your love life and what you want to manifest, my first step for you would be to understand that it's safe to love and that you can trust your heart with somebody and you got to trust yourself and you got to trust your intuition. Like if you go on a date and you're like, this is a no, you got to trust that. This is random. There is a new show on Hulu, if you happen to have Hulu, called Tiny Beautiful Things. It is based on a book by the same name, Tiny Beautiful Things. It is one of my favorite books of all time. I'll put it in the chat. Tiny Beautiful. It's about an advice columnist called Dear Sugar. And, oh, I sent that to Cher. Sorry about that. How about to everybody? Tiny, beautiful things. This columnist, Dear Sugar, but I'm just seeing part of that show as I'm talking to Kim about your love life. So you may want to read the book or watch the show on Hulu, but I feel like the universe wants you to feel safe and that it's okay for you to be vulnerable and share your heart with someone. And knowing that it's okay for you to be emotionally vulnerable. So I would journal, like you can even just you can set a timer if you need to set a timer on your phone or your microwave, and get out a piece of paper and pen and ask at the top of the piece of paper, is it safe for me to love? And see what comes up, because you'll see either way. And it would be a narrative. Like, I want you to write, is it safe for me to love? And notice anything that comes up that tells you it's not, because that will be the indication of what needs to be healed and loved on. You're worthy. I think this new moon energy could be incredible for you to really feel that sense of confidence and worthiness within yourself. Hi, kitty. My cat's like knocking my computer. So I would really use the energy of this next month to really, truly understand your worth and your value and what you bring to a relationship. And also that you're not going to settle. You're not going to settle, because we as people attract in our mirrors. And sometimes it comes in through a relationship, romantically, a boss, a parent, a child. They will bring up all of the things inside of us that are asking to be healed. Relationships are the biggest opportunity for growth, in my opinion. So when you reflect on what it is that you're looking for, and that person comes in and allows your heart to be shared and treats it with the sacred being that you are, just understand that it's going to be this kind of unfolding process. And that you might feel insecure at times, or you might feel like, can I do this? Is this for me? So there's a lot kind of underneath the surface going on emotionally that I feel like with you, that you can move energy really fast. So through journaling, through self-love meditations, or romantic soulmate meditations, you can find a bunch of them on the app called Insight Timer. Put that in the chat too. So Insight Timer is the app that I usually send people to, and you can go on there and they have classes and meditations, and a lot of them are free. And start just kind of growing the love within yourself first, and then it radiates out, and then you'll call it in. Okay, so let's look at time frame. So universe, taking all of that into consideration, can you give me a projected time frame? Oh, that's so interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if you met this person towards like end of the year, beginning of next year, and do a little bit of a dance where it's like we meet, and then and then a few months later, like we come in and we kind of do this dance, right? Because they said 9 months, comma, 1 to 2 years. So it feels like there could be a little bit of a back and forth at first, like a dance with them. But I hope that insight helped in regards to what they're saying to try and do next, just so that the energy is ready to come in and attract it like the magnet. So beautiful. I trust that was helpful. And this will be on the portal or the landing page, so you can listen back to it and hear it again. So, well, thank you to everybody who jumped on live today. And I loved being with you. I held you 3 extra minutes over. Got pretty close though, got pretty close. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the comments. Yeah, so I will get this over to you today so you can listen back to it. And a reminder, the new moon in Taurus, we will tackle that in May. So watch for that email notification. And hopefully we'll be seeing you and hearing from you soon. And if the Spark Plug calls to you, go join that. You do get 1 free card pull a month, and I send it to you over an email. And I do my real talk videos, which is all the things I don't say publicly with my predictions. And so if you feel inclined to join that, I'd love to have you over there. So spiritandspark.com, and then the Spark Plug. All right, everybody, we will see you soon. Love to all of you, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.